Welcome y'all, this is Doug on Wheels with another installment of My Log Cabin RV. This is the story of moving this 19th century log building to our home in the high country of North Carolina. It was destined to become the centerpiece for transforming a previously wooded area into a fenced Appalachian garden. In this episode, we'll be looking at a year's worth of work to transform this forested area into a shade garden inspired by Moorish gardens we visited in southern Spain. Now there's a combination you need to see take shape. So come along for this next leg of this journey. Here we are looking at the garden that we're going to be creating and laying it out in a cross pattern. This is something that you see in a lot of cloisters and also even in Moroccan gardens that we visited in southern Spain. The idea was to put at the center of it a fountain, and here I'm using repurposed pieces of granite that were tossed into a wood. They used to be actually footstones before a cemetery discontinued them, and I had permission to use these, so I've cut them, and now we're putting down edging of fieldstone and hard pack. We also went ahead and did a fire pit. This was something that was being repurposed from a house in Winston-Salem that was a flip, and the new owner said he didn't have any need for this because he's allergic to smoke. So we put in the fire pit, getting to enjoy it very quickly. Now here I am working on that center fountain and had to run electrical to it. So in the center of this walk, I've run electrical to this point and then on to the arbor that is beyond it so we could incorporate lighting. We're also setting this, and it's my first attempt at ever doing masonry work, so I'm here setting it into the grout, and this is kind of a fun project. I really liked how it turned out. So I was able to create this raised fountain bed that would also have planting around it. Just now finishing off the joints. I was a little worried that the grout would turn out too dark, but when it dried out, you can see how wonderful that looks with the fountain now in it. Found some flat stone that you'd use to create, I guess, a wall of a foundation and cover it, and I'm using it instead, repurposing this stone to create edging for planting beds along the cabin. Also kind of to define what would be the second of two rooms here. The first is the garden, the second is the yard beyond it. Now I'm putting in the footer for this new steps that are going to go into the porch, and cutting the treads for it. I found a neat program, I believe it's called porch.com, that showed you how to do that and how to make sure that you had the rise and treads just right. But I'm cutting those out here on a picnic table, trying not to cut the picnic table while I'm doing it. Once I created that concrete base, then it was a matter of just double checking the measurements that had been given to me. And here's a quick look at that calculator and how helpful that was. I really recommend it. It helped a lot with the project. I went ahead and then sealed with the Thompson's water sealer or deck sealer all these treads. Even though they were pressure washed, I thought it was good insurance long term. Here I am just kind of making sure everything's going to match up and checking for level. And once at level,
to
put it
the
together.
stairs. It's good. It's in there. Okay.
Do this other side.
Can we get off?
Yeah.
I was standing on it.
Go ahead.
We stand on it again? Okay. Well, I have a purpose. No? I need to get off it again?
Just push your foot against it. There you go, like that. Just keep it.
Oh.
There you go.
Yes, so we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps, I think. 7. Alright. Now, I don't know how we're going to dress this railing, but he has an idea. Well, I am resting because I had to hand wash all those pebbles on the other side where the fire pit used to be and carry them in. It's 2 wheelbarrow fulls. And now Doug's working on the steps. I think it's going to look good. So, yep. I'll do 2 more wheelbarrow fulls next time. Next time on this old house. Well, so we have had a very productive day. Let's see. What?
Finished.
That is pretty neat. We have steps.
Ma'am, done.
Can I walk up on them?
You're all ready.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only counted 6.
The 7th is the top.
Oh. Okay. What? Very good. You can have dinner.
Okay, I've earned it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Good deal.
The next part of the project was now moving on to the post, or the newel post for this. These are cedar that we harvested from a cedar tree that had fallen down during a storm at a home in Winston-Salem, and thought this would work perfectly. Then Mary is finishing up all of the pea gravel and washing the pea gravel from an old fire pit area on the other side of the house. God bless her, this was a lot of work. Thank you, Mary. You did a great job, and we got to enjoy it pretty quickly.
Well, we are now going to enjoy our new entrance to the fire pit. And we don't have railings, but you can get the idea. We worked on these pebbles. We've still got a little bit to do, but I had to hand wash all of them. Doug did help me, and we repurposed them from the other side where that fire pit used to be. So we're excited. Listen to the sound of them. And he's got his water fountain going. Yep, so we're gonna do some marshmallow roasts. Yeah, pretty well. Let's show you back this way. We have this new lantern we like. Has a Moroccan type feel. It's kind of neat. So yeah, there's our stairs. It's been kind of nice to be able to have that. So yeah, he's got his plantings.
Unfortunately, we didn't have quite enough gravel, so we had to go and get some more pea gravel to finish up the project, which was at a nearby garden supply center. So here we are. Unfortunately, I had to wash this as well to make it all kind of match. And once we had it all washed and put in place, then we were able to spend some time relaxing. So it wasn't all work during this time. This is all taking place in 2023. And so, of course, a whole year of work meant taking some time to play. Here we are taking a nice tandem ride on the railroad grade road between Fleetwood and Todd, North Carolina. Wonderful place to go and visit.
Like that?
What is that, Sarah? I want that bird. It's a bird.
I want that.
You're funny, dog. Yay, we went almost 15 miles today.
Be good.
Sarah couldn't fit in our basket. Next time we need to bring the little cart carrier and put on the back of it. Can that work?
Yeah.
Well, here comes Doug with our treasures.
I drove over to Tennessee to pick up this railing from a company that sources them and had them in stock, so I picked up the newel post that would go above. Here I am beginning the scary project of cutting the notches in for the railing to go. I got to experiment on the top side first and make sure this went well. I won't go into the details of this, but it was a little bit daunting to do this project because you only get one shot at it. Fortunately, other than maybe one small nick that was wrong, everything measured out with patience right, and I really love the result of these railings. I did have to take all the bark off, and I found using an angle grinder with a wood rasp on it helped. Then sanding them and now staining them. I used Sasco's clear coat here and eventually got to stain all of it. Now you can really see the result of the garden project as it now has a new entrance to it. Other projects that we worked on were putting on eaves, or I'd say soffits here, so that I could add gutters to the cabin. I didn't like how water was splashing onto the side of the old logs and also the mud that would be created, so putting in a back gate and repurposing some old gates or old fencing to do other gates. Here I put up new swings, could be exchanged for kids or adults, and beginning to do some planting in the garden and in the pots that are on the porch. And did a barrel that is from a Jack Daniels barrel at Lowe's Hardware that we're using for a planter for mints and spices. Now on to the really back-breaking project of creating a lawn. Mary and I had to spend a great amount of time hoeing up or mattocking up the ground, turning it over, and removing every root we could possibly find. And this took not just one, but I believe 4 different trips to do this project, each time turning the ground over, moving down the yard, and pulling materials so that we could take kind of the crown of the top of the hill out and flatten the yard out. We added some railroad timbers down to the bottom of the yard so that we could have it become much less rolled over at the end of the yard, and the result really is beautiful. Look at that after seeding it. So satisfying. Had to put a sprinkler on it through the fall, but that pretty much wraps up this 2023 project. I hope you will subscribe and like if this is kind of content you enjoy, and also stay tuned because in our next video we're going to be showing you a wonderful event that you could go to, and that is the Independence Day Parade in Todd, North Carolina. It's a sight to behold and something that everyone should experience at least once. So stay tuned for that and part 4, which is soon to come, about the redoing of the interior of that log building and the addition of a Appalachian Folly, which is an outhouse used for tool storage. So stay tuned and join us soon. God bless you.
Don't know. Doug may have bitten more off than he can chew. This looks small, but it's really not. It's a pretty big log. Probably 6 or 7 feet long. He said he may grab the antenna on the way down. Or kick back, but he is strapped in. That's good. I don't know where he gets his energy. But at least he didn't pay someone to do it. Why would you do that? When you can do it yourself. Whoa! Okay. That just went straight down. Okay. Glad you're okay. Okay.